What is up, guys? It's your boy Revan here, and today's gonna be a little bit different video because we're doing this type of video once per year, and this is a buy list for post, or like to prepare yourself for rotation, right? So what cards to purchase now, so they are still kind of cheap and they might go up in the future. There are going to be a few things that I will not include because they are expensive right now, and I think they might go a bit down after the rotation, and they're still kind of on the rise. So first things first, like I'm not going to include Bolt Hunt, still expensive card, and it still has the upwards, goes upwards, and I don't think it's going to cost more after rotation. I think after rotation is going to drop a bit, so this is not a good time to buy a Bolt Hunt. Zacian, kind of similar thing, there's no IRL play yet, so there's no point of like paying those 9, 10, 12 euros for Zacian, but if you want to, of course you can go for that Zacian. All the prices are going to be European prices also. That's the thing. If you want, US prices, there we go, we got TCG player here, so that is what we're going to be using. But for myself, I'm going to be using European price because I am based in Poland, so I'm based in Europe. So that's what I'm going to be using. And of course, I'm going to tell you what I'm purchasing for myself as well. So I'm going to be in this little here window, and let's move on. Here, I'm just going to like start. Bam, there we go. So here we are. Okay, so as you can see, we are right now on the card market, not sponsored by any means, but it's the website that I'm using to purchase my cards because I'm European based. TCG player, again, if you're US based, you can purchase the cards there. There's no particular order in this list, right? So keep that in mind. And again, I'm using also card market because they do have the graph that shows show how the price fluctuates. So we're gonna start from the right with the card that, well, I think is worth purchasing right now, and it is a Tapu Koko Prism. Why it's worth to purchase it right now? First things first, it's 50 euro cents, or it's of course German. English is from 0.67, and of course it's around roughly like 80 cents, 90 cents European, American, sorry. So it's not a bad price. Let's say $1 even, and you can see the card. Okay, you can't really see that. Let me change that so you can see actually the graph. You see, like, that was my mistake. There we go. You can see the graph now. So you can clearly see the card went down and slowly is again on the rise. Why this card? Well, it doesn't rotate it out. This is the first thing. But secondly, there are many decks that will utilize him as an engine. We can see that in Phonics. We can see that in lightning type decks. We can see that in many other that just want additional random energy from this card pile to their bench, right? So as a bench acceleration, it's a great card overall. I know it brings lightning type energy, but if you only care about the energy and you don't really care about what it is, what type of it is, you're gonna use that. Of course, there are cards that are gonna bring you stuff from the discard pile, but this is also a nice way, and honestly, I think right now it's a good time to actually purchase it. It was at 3 euros at its highest. I think it was like roughly $3, $4, $5, so definitely a good purchase, even for the collection, right? Prism card, one of the last Prism cards or last sets to have Prism cards. Then I'm gonna keep it with the Tapu Koko, and we actually gonna have the Tapu Koko V. As you can see right now, it's really in a decline, and you can grabbed it for 240 euros, or the English one for 3 euros right here. But again, you can grab it quite cheaply. Why it's going down? Well, again, no IRL play, right? No IRL play, and I will tell you this: if you're planning on playing any lightning type decks, even even certain fighting type decks like Phonics. Because we've seen in Japan, Tapu Koko being in Phonics decks. Tapu Koko ADP also, I had it on the channel, really strong deck. This is a great card, a great attacker, and Spike Draw just helps you draw the cards. And the fact that it has a free retreat cost, it makes the card even better. And again, just looking at right here at the chart, right, that it's at all-time low, and it might go a bit up because again, due to rotation, right? Lightning type will have there is going to be Ampharos cards. There are going to be few cards that will support Tapu Coco V, but again in November it's just going to skyrocket with the Fat Shoe, definitely. So you do kind of want to purchase it roughly around this time right now, before everyone else. Another card is Jirachi, and this is kind of a stretch, I know, but bear with me. So it is a €3 card. It's still, you know, in dollars, it's like, here it's in English is €4. It's still kind of relatively expensive, but it's not like as expensive as it was back in the day. Of course, you know, we see it here in Europe, it was kind of fluctuating a bit, and it's slowly going up. Why it's slowly again going up? Due to the fact that we will have the rotation, right? And Jirachi, if you never had a chance to play with Jirachi, if you want always to include it, it's also a good time to purchase it. I think I will not include it in my decks for now, but there are some baby decks that will benefit greatly from this card, and I don't think I've used it in a while, but again, post-rotation, it might actually change. Actually have some fun, you know. We got a scoop up net, so you don't really have to worry about the escape board rotating out, because you do have that scoop up net that you can just play, use Stella Wish, because that's the motion you do IRL, right? You just do it sideways, scoop up net back, and play another card. So again, great card to purchase right now. I don't think it's going to go any lower than what it is right now. Here, you know, you can kind of say that it was low right there 2 weeks ago, which kind of shows you, right, you know, that it is a card that is in decline. So if you can spot it for a really good price, go and get it. It's a really good card for that price. Then the next card is actually something that, well, I'm looking after, and the card that I'm gonna personally purchase, which is Phonics V. Why? Well, this is a great question. It's a fighting type, so not only is it great against Pikarom decks, lightning type decks, but also it's great against dark type decks due to the weakness, and there's a really strong Phonics deck. It's up there in Japan. We tested one that's going to probably on Monday on the channel, so there are many Phonics decks version, and they are all really good. And as you can see right now, it's slowly again beginning, you know, there's slowly some traction, but you can purchase it. Look at that, €2 for a beautiful English version. Let's get a picture here, but also, you know, 170, 140, you know, €190 just for that. I think it's honestly a steal, especially pre-rotation, because after the rotation it is gonna go a bit up due to the fighting type energy that we're gonna have, the special one. And honestly, this is the deck that I will be playing IRL after rotation, so it kind of tells you something as well, that I do have faith in this deck, and honestly I think it's a great card overall. Then of course we know there is going to be a rise of the dark type decks, right? The hype for the Eternatus, but you need cards that will support the Eternatus idea, and honestly, like, one of those cards that I think it's worth purchasing or thinking about right now is a Weevil GX. You can see it's slowly again, bam, getting this traction, right? It's gaining the traction, but relatively cheap card, €225. Again, 310 English version. I'm showing the English version because of you know, someone might want an English version. Excuse me, but again, for the dark type, Weevil GX, again, not rotating out, and it's a great card. You know, it allows you to actually move the energy around, and it's of course the dark type. Actually, the thing that I forgot, and I think we have to check this card out, is a Persian GX. So let me just see if that is the version. No, that's the wrong version. I want a Persian GX, and we want was that a Claw Slash? I think it is, yes. Okay, and also for the dark type, this little card, Persian GX, for the Smug Face ability. Why for the Smug Face ability? Well, as you know, if your opponent has a special energy underneath their Pokemon, attached to their Pokemon, it does nothing. And we're gonna be in the format where special energy is everywhere, right? Especially post-rotation, with all the special energy coming to every single type, we will see this card being played more and more and more. And right now, because it's in such a decline, you know, €1, not even 99 cents, and €1 for English one. Actually, I think this is worth, if you're thinking about the dark type, right? So Weevil GX and Persian GX, if you're thinking about that dark type deck, because again, you know, once we don't know if those decks are going to take off, so if you want to, you know, be prepared for that, this is a great card, because right now it's at all-time low almost. Again, with the dark type coming a black market. Really amazing. Stadium does not rotate out. Only 64 cents for an English version, and it's again in a decline because there's no dark type. There's no good dark type deck, which means those dark type cards are going down in their price. So once Eternate is going to hit, once we're going to resume the play, it is going to go up again because people will want it. So if you're planning again on this dark type deck, think about that and think about the black market as well. Again, coming, we're going to lose Cynthia, right? We all know that we will be losing Cynthia, and there are many supporters that people are trying to go for. Marnie is one of them, Magnolia is one of them, and I honestly highly recommend Erika's Hospitality, just because it's a 2-cent card. It's a 2-cent card, and it is great to have her in the collection. She's super cheap, she was everywhere, and honestly, 1 or 2 copies in the deck may help you, especially if you're playing those games against Eternatus, against Pikarom, against Phonics, against Dragapult, right? Because they do have the full bench, which means you're gonna benefit greatly by playing that Erika. Having 4 in hand and drawing additional 5, 6. This is perfect, right? Expanding your hand, giving yourself more options, and that is what this card is about. So definitely Erika Hospitality, 1 or 2 copies in each deck. That's what I think we will see coming in the future. Then we got like 1, 2, 3, 4 more cards that I want to show you, and one of them is the most expensive one on the list. Unfortunately, it's an ADP. I know it's an expensive card, and I do apologize. It's the most expensive card on the list, but even as you can see here, it's slowly going up. Okay, slowly, it's just like raising, like skyrocketing up, because again, it's slowly getting traction due to rotation. €9 card, English version. The thing is that we kind of know that ADP decks are going to be good, right? Taking 1 additional price card after Alter Creation and 30 more damage is huge. It works well with Zacian, it works well with Coco, it works well with many decks. With Mew 3 decks, it's just a card that can be everywhere. And this is the reason why you might actually just take a look at the card, and if you can get it for, let's say, 7 to 8 euros, go for it, because I think this is a card that is worth it. Then, of course, because of the Trainer's Toolkit, I will say that Dene, if you haven't purchased a Trainer's Toolkit, which again you probably lose money on, go for the Dene Static Shock. Why? Normally the Trainer's Toolkit is 31 euros and you only have 2 Dedenes. Here, 5.50 for 1 Dedenne. How amazing is that? What a steal. Again, the Dedenne price just went down, and this is the card that will go up with the Crobat release, because Crobat's gonna work like a Shaman, so you kind of want the same interaction as you have right now in Expanded, which is the Dedenne into Shaman, or Shaman and later the Dedenne. One of those amazing interactions that provide you a lot of resources for your hand, and literally this is a great steal for this price. And again, with that, Boss's Orders, from the Trainer's Toolkit. Look at this chart, and it tells the story right here. With the release, 250 euros. That is insane what is happening right here. 250 euros. Of course, that's a German one. English, 350 still. This is a staple that will be in every single deck. 2 copies at least for the next 2 years. For that price, I mean, come on. This is what you want to purchase, because once the Pokemon play is going to resume, it's going to skyrocket. It's going to be really high. The same goes to the Dana, so you want to actually purchase that card right now. And there's one last card that I think is the most overlooked card in the current format, and I think this is the card that will only gonna get better as the set goes, as the rotation happens. Eldegoss V, ladies and gentlemen. Eldegoss V, 3 euros per card, super cheap. Like, it's slowly getting more traction. The English versions are really skyrocketing to 888, but we got 3 for German, and if you can get it for that price, go for it. As you can see, it is slowly getting more and more traction due to how good the card is and how good the card will be in the future formats, and you don't want to miss on that occasion. So honestly, this is the list that I've come up with, and this is the list that I've created, and I hope you enjoy that list. So this is my buy list, and if you have any other cards that you think people should buy and prepare for rotation, let me know in the comments. I want to hear your opinion, because honestly I think those are like the key cards that will go up, but also these are the key cards that will like set you up for the post-rotation world if you already play Pokemon TCG IRL. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like that. Goodbye, good night, see ya, bye.